certainly feel good for our guys. I thought it was a good game. We played, we played certainly well enough. We shot the ball far better. I thought we handled their pressure well, which enabled us to have maybe some more open shots. So it was positive. I thought we were defended and tough, and they had so many offensive rebounds. The first half, I thought we really did a much better job of that in the second half, and very pleased with the win and looking forward to Saturday at Davidson.
Not smooth at the end, Coach, but you did pull it into victory lane there. Talk about the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, not smooth at all, and we just have to, you have to keep working on things and get better at things. Obviously, we had enough of a lead, which was positive. The end of games in college basketball are generally a little bit not as smooth as you'd like them to be, but tonight was especially rocky. And, we have some guys in different spots and bigger roles, but we have to be, we have to be getting past that and be able to handle ourselves a little bit better. Some of the plays that even were positive didn't look great, and so that probably contributes a little bit to the feeling. But something we need to continue to work on for sure.
Could you update us on George Washington's status?
Yeah, he has a stress fracture, and it's going to be some time. So he'll go back, I think, to the doctor tomorrow, and then we'll find out if he's stay on crutches or goes into a boot. But not very positive outlook right now.
Could you then comment on your backcourt, what you're going to do there in terms of subs?
Yeah, we played Colin Tanner tonight at some guard, and then Jack Graham, and those guys. We play a two-guard offense, and so those guys can have as much responsibility, or as I could play the other guard with Kevin Anderson, or Jacob Gilliard, and so they might have a little bit less responsibility than the lead guard, but I think with those two guys, we have a lot of faith in. We've played Apostolos at guard. He handles the ball very well for someone his size. So, it's a kind of thing, John, it shows up more against Duquesne and teams that pressure than some other teams. But we'll keep working at it and keep having those guys improve.
Between Sulis and Roach, you got maybe double-figure scoring that you don't normally get.
Yeah.
How important is that?
Yeah, they were. I thought both of those guys were great. I mean, they were so. Sulis dove for that ball in front of their bench. Just a big-time play for a guy his size. Made a couple shots inside, and Roach was just so tough. He's, he embodies, being a college athlete, or maybe the formerly what it meant to be a college athlete. He's so tough and committed and works so hard. And gets so much out of himself. I thought he was great, and I'm really pleased for him that we got the win in a game that he played so well.
How great was it to walk into the locker room after a win after the match run?
Great. Losing in anything is hard, and it's hard to, we have a lot of really positive characteristics. This group's been very resilient. They've worked really hard. They've answered challenges and all those things, but it just rings a little hollow until you win. And so, when you do win, then it feels great. And so even if we had played better in one of those games that we lost, but feels great to have won the game, and it gives the guys a little bit of a, take an exhale and now prepare coming off the heels of a win rather than just feeling that weight of not winning games.
Speaking of that preparation, I wonder if you might look forward to Davidson, Tripp, and perhaps Reed Bailey, and how you can sort of limit him this time around.
Yeah, it's tough. He's a great player. I think he had made 9 threes coming into the game here on the season, and he was 4 for 4. When a great player who's not necessarily a shooter also shoots well, then he's going to have a great game because he's finding ways to score over 20 a game without 3-point shots. We have there were some things where he was just a little too much for us, but some things we can do better and differently, and hopefully that'll show up as we get ready for Davidson.
A win like this, the way you were able to win, where maybe in times that could have been a snowball, what can that do moving forward to like Davidson and then LaSalle when you come back
Yeah, I mean, just some confidence because, as I said, if you play a great game and lose, and if you do that a couple of times, or a very good game and lose, all the good parts seem to go away, and the negative aspects seem to kind of bubble up. And so when you win a game, it's a little bit the opposite. You feel like, well, we did enough to win. We were tough enough, and so you just have that. A lot less weight on you. And so we can prepare now coming off a victory. We can prepare now saying, hey, remember we did those two things well Wednesday. Let's try to, expand on that as we move forward. So I think that's what it is. I think that, when you just see the score update, then you're losing and it feels like, well, maybe you think all negative things. Well, when you're around the guys and you're practicing and you're competing and they're challenging each other, they're growing. All those things are positive. It just gets masked a little bit when you don't win games. So I'm glad tonight those can be celebrated and we can be more positive as a unit.
Can you, I guess, expand more about your defense in this stretch? For the majority of it, you guys were in every game.
Yeah, we've really improved defensively. I feel like. We have really improved. I thought at the beginning of the year that it would be the opposite, that we'd be a really good offensive team and struggle on D. We become a much better defensive team. And that goes a lot to, toughness and being willing to be tough and improve and be uncomfortable and get better. So I think that is a very positive thing that we can take from this and build upon.
It's been a long time since that's happened for you guys, and how perhaps that would brighten the picture.
I mean, it means everything to win after a couple tough stretches and some tough games that we lost at home. Getting back on that winning streak is huge for confidence as a team. And like Coach said, this is a new season for us, and we're starting off this way. So.
Talking about the end wasn't smooth, but it was effective, I suppose, in some ways. But commenting about the last couple of minutes here, I guess, hung on.
Yeah, I mean, I think we controlled the game second half for the most part, and we really unnecessarily got into those troubles as a team. And we have to find a way not to get in those situations again because. Teams are not going to allow it. It worked for us today. It's huge that we made it work in the end, but it's easier to learn from the win, and it's just a better way to kind of approach it. But we can't get in those situations again. I feel like we have to ice the game earlier and just not allow team have any chances.
That moment, those 2 to 3 minutes, it could have easily gone a totally different direction. What are you guys saying to one another in the huddle, especially when you hit those big free throws that kind of, ice that game?
Yeah. I mean, knowing that they're going to pressure, we just got to stay calm and take care of the ball, trying to draw fouls or just being in our right spots the coach wants us to be in, especially against the press, and just, being composed. I think that's the main thing, not get rattled by their pressure. They're under a pressure situation to come back, and we should just be taking our time, calm and relaxed and concentrated, and take control of the game with long possessions. So
Defensively in this stretch, you guys have been really good and have been in every game, even during the streak. Walk us through how have you guys been so good defensively, where at the beginning of the year a lot of people thought it was going to be the opposite. You were going to be great offensively, and then to work out some kinks defensively.
Yeah, I mean, it's constant work in progress, and coaches are taking the time to really digest the game with us defensively, and I feel like we've been really dialed in practice, being able to communicate on defense, having those bad guys just having back for us, taking care of the communication part, and just having all 5 guys on the same page. I think today we could have done much better job on defensive rebounds. They got way too many offensive rebounds, especially in the first half. But I feel like that we're getting better there, and we kind of feel confidence in that, and that's going to translate in offense, hopefully. So.
The offense offense tonight really came alive, especially in the second half. How do you think a performance like this offensively helps build momentum and helps your confidence moving forward?
We were able to move a lot more off the ball. We were able to kind of read their defense and just be in our spots, run the offense that the coach wants us to do. And I feel like it started all in practice, just getting back to the basics and understanding our offense in detail, and just making sure that we do, and everyone's expected, and we kind of anticipate in which positions guys are going to be in, so we have an easier time being on the court together. But I feel like it has to define us moving forward, and without even making that many threes today, we were able to be pretty efficient offensively. Just goes back to moving off the ball, making them guard longer possessions, and making them guard the cuts that are not easy to guard for any team. So I think just to continue to do that.
Will it be a lot about communication the next couple of days to slow down Bailey?
We'll just have to see the scout, see the mistakes that we made in the first game, that close those two guys that are very effective for them, and I think I'm very confident that we're gonna have a great shot at it. So just gotta be prepared for it.
How does it feel to score 1,000 points?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great to win and do that at the same time. I think that's the biggest key. So just continuing to move forward with that.
Is this type like an exhale game? You finally it's like it's over. We don't have to really talk about the streak anymore. Is that
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Everything's much easier when you win, and all the stuff that you have to learn are much easier when because we still have to learn from every game, and when you lose, those are magnified and very very stressed out, and now we get a better chance and do it with more confidence. So
It is the first week of February, and you guys are not where you want to be in the standings. Is there still a sense of that their season still can be saved, and there's still good things to happen to play for and to go down the line?
absolutely. I mean, you never give up until the end. I mean, the hope, like, it's cliche, but the hope dies the last. So I feel like just being able to have in mind that anything can happen moving forward, and everything is in our hands, I think is going to be the key. So.